Hi, Cancer. Welcome. So, Cancer, this is going to be your tarot reading, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. I already have a card, two cards flying out here. When I was meditating on the energy before starting the reading, I was getting an image of the eyes, and I heard iris. So for some reason, they are highlighting the eyes, okay? Specifically the irises, and then I was also hearing palette. So I don't know what that's about, Cancer, but take it if it resonates, leave if it doesn't. Maybe you like someone's eyes, or, maybe you've got something going on there. But what they're demonstrating also is like see, taste, touch, smell, experience, like the physical experience being highlighted, right? Which there's two experiences of life. There is the thought emotional experience of life, okay, FYI, the 5D, and then there is the physical experience of life, taste, touch, smell, feel, etc. And so for whatever reason, they're highlighting the physical experience, and I'm not really sure why, so we'll get into it and see. The first two cards that you have out is Pisces and Scorpio. You could be dealing with either of those zodiac signs or have that somewhere in your birth chart. A very emotional energy coming through. This is talking about your imagination, your compassionate self, your emotional self, right? It may feel very intense right now on an emotional level, or you could find yourself, wanting to introvert a little bit even, or sometimes this talks about suppressing or hiding emotion. That could also be going on. It's a very secretive vibe. So I get a sense too that there's something going on behind the scenes, Cancer, and it's on an emotional level. Some things that maybe you're keeping hidden or keeping to yourself, or dealing with someone who might be doing that as well. So very interesting energy to get us started here. Let's go further into it and see what else we can expect. The other thing I want to say about these two card combinations is it's a very spiritual energy, right? So whatever is going on in your life right now, especially in the emotions department, there is a spiritual meaning or spiritual purpose to it. And one of the I don't want to say lessons, but one of the primary things that is coming out of whatever you're going through emotionally right now is the ability to stand strong in who you are and to remain confident with what you bring to the table, Cancer, and not to be wavered easily, okay? And as I say that, I look down, you have the Strength card, Leo energy out now for some of you, which, what is this talking about? Strength, courage, conviction, the ability to know how you feel and stick to it. Some of you, it's about kind of facing your own emotions. Some of you may have been shying away from facing the facts about something, or really taking a look at why you feel the way that you feel, or acknowledging even how you really feel underneath it all. And it's time to okay, they're giving me a song. It's time to face whatever these emotions are. And I heard face the music, and then I got a song, just like music. Dun, 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 dun. So random, but you may hear that song randomly or connect with that song in some sort of way. So let's get some more details on what you can expect in the current energy in Cancer and go from there. So headspace energy for my Cancers. The 8 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Chariot, which I have all three water signs out at this point. I have Cancerian, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. So the whole water fam is out at this point. Again, a lot of emotional vibes, right? You might be in your emotions or be dealing with people that are just very emotional right now. Maybe leaning on you for help or assistance, or if you're the one being emotional, maybe you needing someone to lean on for help or assistance. But I get a sense of like this being a very emotional period in your life, okay? And what's most on your mind right now? You know, oh, they stopped me. Forward thinking is where they want your head to be, right? As opposed to thinking back on the past. This is like reconnecting with your true self and how you really feel at the end of the day. And making some movements here in your life, but not based on what makes the most sense logically, but what feels the best to you, and letting your emotions be your guide, Cancer. So this also can talk about travel or movement, so that might also be going on during this time frame. But they want you to sit secure in the fact that no matter what's coming your way, that you have the ability and the wherewithal to handle this, both physically, but also emotionally, right? There is this beautiful energy, though, around this Cancer about feeling secure in who you are, and again, not being easily persuaded, not being easily knocked off your balance, okay? There might be a lot of movement going on around you, or just like a lot of busy activity, but still maintaining your composure, still being grounded at the end of the day. I feel like a lot of you are getting more certain with how you really feel about something, and there may be communication that's coming through here during this time frame, Cancer, that really speaks to your heart. Is they're giving me another song? It's gone. Maybe if it comes back, I'll let you know. Yeah, just follow your heart. Let's see what else. You could also be getting communication around love and travel. Like I said earlier, that may be a possibility during this time frame. Or it could be like something as simple as like, you know, getting a phone call from a friend and then being like, hey, you want to meet up? You want to go out? You want to go on a vacay with me? Something like that as well. Or you could be doing that. All right, so you have the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles in the heart space. So this is beautiful. I feel you getting really, really clear on what it is that you're truly wanting and feeling. And being open to new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things. To me, this is also like kind of contemplating your next move, you know, and what you want to invest your time and energy into. There is a very significant connection showing up here for some of you, and I feel like some of you have a choice on whether or not you want to work on this or not. And I feel for the most part, a lot of you wanting to work on something, or feeling like, you know, whatever you're putting your time and your energy into, like wanting to feel connected to that. Particularly if it's a relationship. So there's lots of different messages coming in, and I'm actually going to pause for a second to make sure I'm getting it correctly. There's something here that you want, and it has to deal with relationships. It's like you've done the self-work on yourself, you know, and now looking for someone who can match your energy, a counterpart. And I feel a lot of you have attracted this already into your experience. Someone who can match you on those levels, you know, who has a commonality with you that may feel very strongly connected to you. A lot of you, this is going to be an intimate partner, but not all of you. Some of you, this is a family member or a friend, and or just you getting to know and love yourself better and be more in alignment. But I feel like if you're in that last group where it's more so about strengthening the relationship with yourself, it's only a matter of time, Cancer, before you draw in someone who is an equal match to that. Because see, the universe will never leave you lonely. If you've truly done the self-work and you're in a space of loving yourself, most definitely the universe is going to send you others that love you, or that special one that really sees you for who you are, you know. It could even repair a damaged relationship when you truly get good with yourself. Even if there was a relationship that you felt was beyond repair, the dynamics would shift in that and change and mold to the new version of you. Because everything in your life is always molding itself to the current version of you. But I feel for a lot of you, there's somebody significant here. You know, there's love showing up here. There's movement. There's connectivity. There's conversations. There's new ideas coming in. There's insight. There's clarity and feeling stronger in who you really are. And yet there's this hidden energy. But I feel like whatever's hidden will not be hidden for long, right? So let's see if we can get a little bit more info on that. I can still hear that song. Ah! Just like music. The Three of Cups, the Moon card fell out over here, the Seven of Cups. Ooh, okay, here's where the hidden energy comes in. So, to me, the Moon represents, you know, things coming to the surface in this deck. So, like I said earlier, whatever has been hidden or suppressed is going to come to the surface, including things that you have hidden and suppressed from yourself. Some of you might have went, again, and they're giving me the word self-denial. There could have been that going on, all right? Or the denial of something, wanting to deny something, wanting to deny one's own emotions or the truth of something. But I feel like it's time to move past that, Cancer. And they're asking you to have the courage to just genuinely honor your emotions. But also, anybody you might be connected with is also being guided in that direction of honoring and following their own emotions. And yet there's this hesitancy here. There's this fear of repercussion. There is this fear of like the what ifs, you know, what if I'm wrong? What if I express something and that's not truly how I feel? You know, maybe that's just how I felt in the moment, but what if I change my mind? You know, there's something like that going on in the internal dialogue. It has to deal with relationships, most definitely. Or like I said, the relationship with yourself, doubting your own self, doubting your own emotional needs, you know. There's like, have you ever had a really important decision to make and one day you feel really certain that that is what you want? And then the next day you feel incredibly doubtful if that's the right thing to do? It's like that. You know what I mean? It's like that back and forth of knowing, you know, or feeling like you know how you feel, and then a circumstance changes and then you start doubting that. Is that really how I feel? Is that really the direction I want to go into? And this limbo here that I'm feeling is what's keeping you stuck. It's like, even if your emotions change from moment to moment, which, by the way, that's completely normal. All of us do that. We are not concrete figures. We are fluid energy. So we're constantly changing our mind, constantly changing our emotions. That's normal, right? But even if your mind changes from one day to the next, that doesn't mean how you were feeling in the prior day was wrong. But you're fluctuating, right? And they're saying, you know, don't make any big movements until you're certain, meaning you're leaning on most days in one direction, even if you have some days where you lean in the other. But the majority of the time, go towards the direction the majority of you is leaning towards, right? So if you feel pretty strongly about something, the reason that you feel strong about it, Cancer, is because that's the direction you're being guided into. And they're wanting to remind you that your emotions are always guiding you. It is your guidance system, you know. But in order for you to get on your path of least resistance, you have to be a little bit vulnerable and honor them. And that requires courage, because sometimes it's not always easy to do that. Sometimes it's not always easy to face some things in our life. But the reward that is showing up is like so much more beautiful than the fear would have you believing. You know, like, it's like when you open up and you speak your authentic truth and you're truly coming from the heart, things move forward naturally and you get to sleep at night feeling good about yourself because you're being true to yourself, right? This is also allowing you to have time to grow and develop yourself. And yes, call in that connection, that counterpart if you haven't already. But when you start suppressing and denying the emotion or questioning, you know, if this is the right, should I feel this way, you know, etc. When you have those days where you go a little bit backwards, that's when it kind of screws you up, right? But they're saying be easy about it, but don't let it completely throw you off, because you really are headed in the right direction. And so it's okay to have those insecurities and it's okay to have those doubts sometimes. But don't let that become the dominant energy, or you really will convolute this energy, right? When it's really wanting to come in very clear, very easy. So might require some soul searching here, Cancer, to get yourself back in tune, to get yourself balanced. But again, I feel like for the majority of you, this little bit of doubt is just, take it with a grain of salt. Because there's some major movements and major changes coming through. And I'm hearing it'll knock your socks off. So let's see what the law of attraction has to say about this. Okay, so they keep bringing up music, which y'all know I love music, but maybe, you know, listening to music helps you feel more connected or helps you feel more soothed. Oh, okay, and then remember when I was talking about see, sight, taste, touch, smell, hear? So they're saying completely immerse yourself into the physical reality. Like give yourself music that feels really good, eat foods that really taste very good to you. Oh, okay, and they're showing me an iris, the flower. I think it's a flower. Smelling things that smell good to you. You know, maybe go to places that are visually appealing to you. Like somehow find a way to soothe yourself by soothing your environment, by immersing yourself into the parts of physical reality that you really, really enjoy. So they're saying palate again. Some of y'all love a good dish or drink. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so law of attraction says, a belief is only a thought I keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you continue to think. A belief is only your habit of thought. It's only a practice thought. A belief is only a thought you think a lot. So if a belief is only a thought that you keep thinking, and you keep thinking a thought that's in opposition to what you want, then the reason you don't get what you want is because you keep thinking a thought that's in opposition to what you want. So if you've been having trouble getting what you want, particularly, I'll try again. So if there's been something that you've been wanting, but not getting, especially when it comes to emotions and relationships, it's because you have some beliefs that are standing in your way. And maybe it is feeling discouraged, or that you shouldn't feel the way that you feel, or that you shouldn't feel strongly as you feel. And, you know, anytime you say or naysay self, you are working in opposition to self. So instead, you say things to yourself like, this is okay. It's okay that I feel this way. You know, my emotions are guiding me. I know that things are working out for me. A belief is only a thought I keep thinking. I can change the thought. You know? So something to keep in mind there, Cancer, as we go through this next week or two. Wow, interesting reading. I'm going to leave it there for now, but zodiac signs that could be in your chart or the chart of the person or people you are connecting with. I have Pisces here, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, Gemini. Those are the predominant zodiac signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos and content over there. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you can also find the donation link. If you'd like to donate, you can do so over there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Cancer, and until next time, my friends, namaste.